Every morning, millions of people start their day with one simple habit that's slowly destroying their heart. And they have no idea it's happening. But once you hear this truth, you'll never start your morning the same way again. Because the silent damage doesn't begin in your 50s or 60s. It starts now, in the quiet moments when you think you're doing everything right. You wake up, reach for your phone, pour that first cup of coffee, maybe skip breakfast to save time, and unknowingly, trigger the perfect storm inside your arteries. What feels like a normal morning might actually be the beginning of chronic inflammation, high blood pressure, and early plaque buildup, the very things that steal years from your heart's life. Let's begin with that coffee ritual. You wake up, your heart rate is still stabilizing after hours of rest, and before your body even hydrates, you hit it with caffeine. That first sip sends a jolt of adrenaline through your bloodstream. Your arteries tighten, your heart pumps faster, and your blood pressure rises, all before your day even starts. Over time, this morning shock becomes a pattern. It trains your cardiovascular system to live in stress mode. Your arteries forget how to relax. And the more you repeat it, the more your body accepts it as normal. That's how hypertension silently builds. Not in one day, but drop by drop, cup by cup. Now, combine that with skipping breakfast or grabbing something processed. When you skip your first meal, your body releases cortisol, the stress hormone, to maintain blood sugar. Cortisol keeps you alert, but it also stiffens blood vessels, increases inflammation, and triggers insulin resistance. That's why so many people who eat well still struggle with high blood pressure and fatigue. Their morning stress hormones are working against them. Your body isn't designed to handle fasting, caffeine, and mental stress all at once. It's designed for rhythm, hydration, and calm transitions between rest and activity. And here's what most doctors won't tell you. The early morning hours are the most dangerous time for your heart. Between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m., the risk of heart attack and stroke is highest. Why? Because your blood is thicker after sleep, your cortisol levels peak, and your arteries are at their tightest. If your first action is caffeine, phone notifications, and rushing, you're stacking pressure on a system that's already under tension. You're turning your heart into a soldier before it's even awake. But here's the good news. Your body can fight back. The moment you understand what's happening, you gain control again. The first thing your heart truly needs each morning isn't caffeine, it's water. A large glass of water within 5 minutes of waking can reduce the workload on your heart by up to 10%. It helps thin the blood, restore oxygen flow, and wake your body gently. It's so simple that most people overlook it, yet it's one of the easiest ways to reduce morning cardiovascular stress. The second change is your breakfast choice. When you start your day with refined carbs, white bread, pastries, or sugary cereal, you cause an immediate spike in glucose and insulin. That surge inflames the endothelium, the inner wall of your arteries. Add caffeine, and you've got a double hit. Stress hormones plus sugar, the exact combination that accelerates arterial aging. But when you switch to a breakfast rich in healthy fats and antioxidants, like avocado, olive oil, berries, and nuts, your arteries respond differently. These foods activate nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes your blood vessels and lowers pressure naturally. Your blood flows more freely. Your heart beats with less strain. You literally feel calmer and sharper within minutes. There's another hidden killer: stillness. Most people wake up and sit for 30 minutes checking their phones. That stillness keeps blood pooling in your lower body while your heart works harder to circulate oxygen. But if you just move gently, walk to the kitchen, stretch, breathe deeply, your arteries open up, your blood pressure drops naturally, and your heart rate finds its rhythm. It's not about exercise, it's about motion. Your heart is a muscle. It wants movement, not morning paralysis. And let's talk about something uncomfortable: digital stress. The moment you grab your phone, you invite the world into your nervous system. Notifications, messages, headlines. Each one spikes microdoses of dopamine and cortisol. You haven't even stood up yet, and your body already thinks it's in danger. This invisible anxiety constricts arteries and raises your blood pressure the same way fear does. We live in a world where stress starts before sunlight, and over time, this hidden habit reshapes your cardiovascular health more than any diet ever could. But what's most powerful is this: your heart isn't your enemy, it's your messenger. When it races, when it pounds, when it feels heavy, it's not trying to scare you. It's trying to tell you it's tired. It's asking for slower mornings, gentler transitions, deeper breaths. You don't need to become a different person to protect it. You just need to change the way you begin. Tomorrow, when you wake up, do this. Sit up slowly. Breathe deeply 3 times before touching your phone. Drink water first. Then, open your curtains and let sunlight touch your skin. That light resets your circadian rhythm and lowers cortisol naturally. Give your body 10 quiet minutes before you face the world. You'll feel your pulse steady, your mind clear, and your mood lift. Because every calm morning is a message of healing to your heart. The truth doctors rarely emphasize is that your cardiovascular system is not doomed by age or genes. It's molded by rhythm. You can train your arteries to stay flexible, your blood to flow smoothly, and your pressure to stay stable. Within days of changing your mornings, you'll feel it. The racing pulse eases, the dizziness fades, the fatigue lifts. Your heart learns safety again. So before you blame your age, your diet, or your stress, ask yourself this: how are you beginning each day? Are you feeding your heart with chaos or with calm? Because your routine writes your destiny more than your DNA ever will. Your heart is listening to every sunrise. It remembers the days you rushed it, and it remembers the days you cared. Today, you can choose differently. The healing begins not in a doctor's office, but in the first 15 minutes after you open your eyes. If you've felt chest tightness, palpitations, dizziness, or even morning anxiety, your body is sending you signals. Don't ignore them. Acknowledge them here. Tell me in the comments what your biggest struggle has been. Is it high blood pressure, stress, or fatigue? Your story matters. Sharing it might help someone else recognize their own warning signs before it's too late. What if I told you that every single heartbeat you've had today has been shaped by how you started your morning? Not by fate, not by family history, but by routine. Those tiny, automatic decisions you make before the sun is fully awake. Most people never realize that their heart doesn't just respond to food or exercise. It responds to rhythm, emotion, temperature, light, and even silence. And the routine you repeat each morning is quietly writing the future of your arteries, for better or worse. Let's go deeper. When your alarm jolts you out of sleep, your brain releases a wave of stress hormones before you've even opened your eyes. That instant spike in cortisol raises blood pressure by as much as 10 points within seconds. Now imagine adding caffeine, digital noise, and zero hydration on top of that surge. It's like stepping on the gas before the engine has. Oil. The heart pumps harder against constricted arteries. Oxygen delivery drops and micro damage begins. Not enough to cause pain, just enough to start the slow corrosion we call aging. That's why heart disease isn't a single event. It's the daily repetition of small mistakes. But here's what gives hope. The human heart is unbelievably adaptive. Within 3 weeks of gentler mornings, the endothelial lining, that microscopic tissue inside your arteries, starts producing more nitric oxide. That means smoother blood flow, lower pressure, better oxygenation. You don't need expensive supplements or extreme diets to trigger it. You only need consistency. Your body listens to patterns louder than promises. Think about the first thing you see each morning. If it's a bright phone screen full of chaos, your nervous system enters defense mode. Heart rate rises, blood thickens slightly, and your breathing becomes shallow. But if the first thing you see is sunlight, real sunlight, your body releases serotonin, stabilizes blood sugar, and signals to your brain that it's safe. That simple shift rewires your hormones for calm instead of combat. Your arteries relax within minutes. It's fascinating how nature designed us. Morning light is medicine, early movement is circulation therapy, and deep breathing is the body's natural blood pressure pill. Yet we replace these gifts with rush, screens, and caffeine. then wonder why fatigue and palpitations follow us through the day. Let's talk about breakfast again. Not from a diet perspective, but from chemistry. When you break your overnight fast with natural fats, fiber, and antioxidants, you activate enzymes that repair the endothelium. The opposite happens with refined sugar or processed oils. They oxidize LDL particles and inflame your arterial walls. The process is invisible, but the effect is cumulative. That's why people who start their mornings with oatmeal, berries, and a handful of nuts have arteries that age more slowly than those who eat pastries or skip meals entirely. Food literally communicates with your cardiovascular system. And hydration, it's more than quenching thirst. Water acts as an electrical conductor for your heart's rhythm. Dehydration thickens plasma, reduces volume, and forces the heart to beat faster to compensate. Studies show that drinking 400 to 600 milliliters of water upon waking can reduce the risk of morning cardiac events by nearly 50%. Yet many wake up and go straight to coffee, which further dehydrates. It's a cultural habit that feels harmless, but slowly chips away at resilience. Now, let's address emotional energy. Every thought releases chemicals. Fear tightens arteries. Gratitude relaxes them. When you wake up anxious or angry, your heart reflects that tension within seconds, measurable on an ECG. But when you start the day with calm breathing or prayer, your heartbeat finds coherence, a balanced rhythm where the nervous system and cardiovascular system move in harmony. That's not spirituality alone. That's biology listening to emotion. Your heart is literally the bridge between mind and body. If you've been feeling unexplained dizziness in the morning, or that subtle pounding in your temples when you stand up too fast, those are whispers from your circulatory system asking for change. It's not about fear, it's about awareness. The same body that developed imbalance can restore it faster than you think. Within 21 days of changing your morning sequence, hydration first, movement second, nourishment third, measurable improvements appear. Lower triglycerides, stabilized pressure, fewer arrhythmias. Your body is waiting for permission to heal. Now, let's imagine your new morning. The alarm no longer shocks you. Instead, soft light filters through your window. You sit on the edge of the bed, take 3 long breaths, and thank your heart for carrying you through another night. You stand slowly, stretch, and drink that tall glass of water that's been waiting on your nightstand. You walk to the kitchen, open the curtains, let light hit your skin, and feel warmth replacing tension. The first thing you consume isn't caffeine, it's calm. Within minutes, your circulation improves, your pulse steadies, and your thoughts clear. That's not luxury, that's recovery. The old way, rushing, scrolling, skipping, created chaos chemistry. The new way creates healing chemistry. One releases cortisol, the other releases nitric oxide and serotonin. One constricts, the other opens. Your arteries are not static pipes. They are living tissue responding to everything you think, eat, and feel. But here's the obstacle: habit. The brain clings to repetition, even when it hurts us. To change your morning routine, you must rewrite identity, not just behavior. Tell yourself, I'm someone who starts the day protecting my heart. Because when behavior follows identity, consistency follows naturally. And that's the secret doctors rarely explain. Healing isn't about willpower, it's about alignment. Let's confront one more silent killer: the feeling of hurry, that chronic sense that you're late, behind, or not doing enough. It's not time that hurts you, it's the anxiety about time. The constant rush keeps adrenaline levels high all morning. Your body can't tell the difference between running from danger and, running late for work. Both flood your bloodstream with the same stress hormones. But when you intentionally slow down, your heart enters coherence, a state of efficiency that extends lifespan. That's why people who cultivate morning peace not only feel better, but often live longer. You might be thinking, I've lived this way for years. Can my heart really change? Yes, it can. Within months, the cardiovascular system regenerates its lining cells. Blood viscosity normalizes. Resting, pulse decreases. It's never too late because your heart never stops learning. Every calm sunrise teaches it safety. Every healthy choice writes a new rhythm. And perhaps the most beautiful truth, the heart forgives. It doesn't hold grudges for years of neglect. The moment you treat it kindly, it responds. You'll feel it as warmth in your chest, a lighter breath, a steadier mood. Healing is immediate in feeling, even if gradual in measure. There's a story in every beat you feel right. Now, a story of endurance. Your heart has been there for you through every joy, every stress, every loss. Maybe it's time you start being there for it too. Tomorrow morning, before anything else, pause and place your hand over your chest. Feel that steady rhythm. That's life reminding you that you still have time to rewrite the script. You don't need to become a monk or a doctor to protect your heart. You only need awareness. Hydrate, move, eat color, breathe peace. And remember that rest isn't laziness, it's maintenance. The world glorifies productivity, but your heart glorifies balance. When you start honoring that balance, everything else changes. Focus, energy, sleep, even digestion. Because the heart isn't just a pump, it's the conductor of your entire biological orchestra. When it plays smoothly, every system falls in tune. And when you feel better, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Inspire someone else to reclaim their mornings before it's too late. We lose too many lives not because of lack of medicine, but because of lack of awareness. If one person watching this chooses water over coffee tomorrow, that's one heartbeat closer to healing. Now take a moment. Breathe slowly. Feel the air enter your lungs and imagine it feeding your heart with light. This moment, this awareness, is the beginning of your transformation. No matter your age, no matter your history, your body can fight back. Your heart doesn't ask for perfection. It asks for consistency. It wants peace more than performance, rhythm more than rush, gratitude more than guilt. And when you give it those things, it will reward you with strength you didn't think you had left. So, if you've watched until this point, maybe it's because deep down, something inside you knows it's time to change. Not out of fear, but out of love for the life still ahead of you. Don't wait for pain to become the teacher. Start tomorrow with intention. Reclaim those first 15 minutes and make them sacred. A quiet covenant between you and the heart that's been fighting for you since before you were born. And now, I want to hear from you. What's the hardest part of your mornings? Is it the rush, the caffeine, the fatigue, or that quiet anxiety you can't shake? Write it down in the comments, not just for me, but for yourself. Sometimes healing begins the moment we name what's hurting us. And if this message spoke to you, subscribe to the channel right now. Join this growing community of people who are learning how to protect their hearts, one sunrise at a time. Together we'll explore the real science of healing, not fear, but awareness, not punishment, but renewal. Because every morning you wake up is another chance to choose life over hurry, peace over pressure, and heart over habit. Subscribe, leave your story below, and let's begin that new rhythm, one heartbeat at a time.